We're just going to go back to Wales, actually, because, it's a really important topic for us to discuss. The Aberfan disaster was, as we all know, a catastrophic collapse of a colliery spoil tip that happened on the 21st of October in 1966, and sadly it killed 116 children, 28 adults, as well as the slurry-engulfed Pantglas Junior School and a row of houses. Well, the Queen and Duke of Edinburgh visited Aberfan on the 29th of October to pay their respects to those who sadly passed away. But joining me on the show now is Simone Roden, who's the head teacher. And I'm very, very sorry about this, Simone, because no matter how many times... You know what I'm going to ask now? No matter how many times I was briefed on how to pronounce the name of this primary school, I don't want to get it wrong. So would you mind just informing our viewers and our listeners of the name of the primary school where you are indeed head teacher?
Yes, absolutely. Very proud to say I'm head teacher of Aberfan Primary School in Aberfan.
Well, thank you very much. Well, can I just ask, what was it like when the Queen came to visit? How did people react?
The day was just spectacular. It was raining, so weather-wise it was as bad as it possibly get, but that didn't dampen anybody's spirits. The mood, the excitement was just palpable across staff, pupils, all the local people. It was just a fantastic day.
And of course, the Queen had a special relationship, didn't we, with Aberfan after the disaster. What did that mean to the community?
It meant a great deal. It meant that she was in thoughts, the people of Aberfan was always in the thoughts of the Queen and her family. And she actually mentioned that in a letter that now King Charles read out during the anniversary of the disaster when he came to the Aberfan Centre. So he visited in 2016 on the 50th anniversary of the disaster, and he read out a personal letter from the Queen, again to the people of Aberfan, basically saying that they're always in her thoughts. Oh, so that special connection was real.
No, absolutely. Now, King Charles III visited for the 50th anniversary. Can you tell us a little bit about his visit, his relationship with the school?
He didn't actually come to the school that day. He actually went to the community centre. But our children, our choir, were privileged enough to sing with the Aberfan male voice choir. And it was interesting because I was listening last night to a programme on the King, and he spoke very fondly of the male voice choirs in Wales. So I'm sure he really enjoyed that moment when our children would have sang alongside the male voice choir of Aberfan.
No, 100%, and he is, I want to say fluent in Welsh. He certainly speaks more than a little bit of it, so I won't ask you about what you made of his pronunciation. Certainly, though, it will be better than mine, although, as you can tell, that's not difficult, OK? I'm very, very jealous of people who speak the Welsh language. I do think it's such a beautiful language. But just lastly, can I ask, have the school done anything to commemorate the Queen's passing at all?
Yes, we held a special assembly and we had a minute's silence. The children also attended the Civic Centre in Merthyr yesterday, and they signed the Book of Condolence and we laid some flowers. We'll also be planting a tree in the school grounds in the imminent future, and we're looking also at getting a friendship bench because we consider the Queen a friend of the school almost. We're going to get a friendship bench for the pupils to remember her. So there's a few things happening.
Oh, that's beautiful. That was something very tragic as well. Something nice can happen, the planting of a tree, and then instilling the memory of our late dear Queen onto the next generation coming through as well. It's important that they don't forget, and I've said this before on this show, but I think it's worthwhile saying again. It's important that children do have some form of living memory, isn't it, and not just something that you read about in textbooks, etc., because that puts a barrier and a distance between people. Simone, thank you so much.